Girls of Reddit, what is it like to be horny from a girl's perspective? NSFW. A heat flows down there, my clit tingles, and bear with me now, I feel empty. It's hard to describe, but my vagina physically feels empty, like it needs to be filled with something. That is really interesting to hear, because it is the exact opposite of what I feel as a man. I kind of just feel like I need to put that thing somewhere. It really tells you how perfect human sexual biology really is. You know that feeling you get in your chest when you drink something warm on a cold day? I feel like that, but in my pelvis. This is pretty damn accurate too. Breaking news. Man with neck beard pours hot coffee in woman's lap and says, I was trying to make her feel horny. Am I the only chick here who doesn't like the itch analogy? That sounds gross. To me, it's more like this icky, throbbing desire for pressure on the outside parts, and the feeling of needing something in me to grip on. Damn it, now I'm horny. Yeah, I don't get the itch, but need to be filled. And suddenly my mind is filled with fantasies about the guy I'm horny for. Guys, that first insertion and the girl makes an OMG face ... that isn't fake. That is for real OMG, yes, finally I am being filled face. As a virgin, I've never felt like I've been missing out more than right now in my entire life. Edit. Wow, I appreciate the ups. You guys don't even know the half of it though. I'm married, 4 years, and still a virgin. I love my wife, but for many reasons I don't want to get into, we just can't do it. Almost everything else in our relationship is great, but the no sex makes me want to start all over sometimes. I saw this thread and thought I was born for this because I have the biggest sex drive of anyone I know, but then I realized I didn't have anything interesting to say that hadn't already been said. Clit gets bigger, feels more sensitive, and warmth from the rush of blood. Sometimes I can feel my pulse through my vagina, which is cool. I also want to take this time to debunk the myth that girls are never as horny as guys or whatever they are. I'm a huge pervert. I would spend entire days in school and church, when my parents forced me to go, thinking about sex non-stop, whenever I could really. In the car, trying to find ways to subtly get off. School bathrooms. It was really bad. I've cummed 20 plus times in one sitting before. Much more controllable since puberty, but still worse than anyone I know. Not sure why, but I really wanna get this through to people. I never understood the girls don't think about sex myth. I mean, when I was in high school, everyone was fucking, regardless of gender. Lol. Yeah, exactly. I just suffered through too many long hours of being horny without any way to do anything about it, to read some dude on the internet say women will just never understand how hard it is to have a guy's sex drive. Like, fight me bro. I will make this a competition over who is the bigger pervert here. So I start off just getting a little bit flushed. I feel mildly hotter all over my body and I start to get really aware of how soft my skin feels. A mild touch of my hand on my thigh might send me shivering. I often rub my thighs together if I'm in public to alleviate the need to move, but it pretty much ends up with me getting hotter. I can feel myself start to throb and my breathing starts to fluctuate. Then the thoughts start coming. Every hot situation you've been in, all the guys you thought were cute, and all the fantasies you've been having lately. I often find myself thinking about a fantasy and have to abruptly stop, or I'll get really frantic with the need to have sex. Something that always happens is the need to be filled. I can't describe it, but I just feel empty and want something in me, sliding. Even if you take care of yourself, you can still feel the echoing throb, the clenching of your muscles wanting to pull something inside of you. Yeah, also you get really wet. It's sort of like a craving to be touched that increases the more aroused I am. It spreads through my vulva with a flushing feeling that builds up. There's a tingly sensation as well as a lot of warmth, and I start getting wet. As it all increases, I just get this really tingly and warm feel that makes me have such a strong desire to be touched. Edit. I cannot believe how many go on replies there are. My god, you guys are ridiculous lol. Alright, I'll go on. So following up to that, when I'm like just really aroused, there's this tingly, yes there's a lot of tingles, butterflies in stomach kind of feeling which basically like pulses throughout my body and into my pussy, and it just is a really intense and kind of different response. It's hard to explain and I'm not sure if it's like this for others, but it gets really strong. It also makes me feel really dirty, though not in a bad way. On my clitoris and in my vagina is just like this constantly racing and very moist sexual warmth, and my legs pretty much spread involuntarily and I get squirmy at this point. There often also comes this strong desire to be filled by something. Even on the topic of wetness, it's pretty easy to notice and everything becomes so much more sensitive, not just sexual parts, though they definitely do too. I get a real excited feel in my head, but it's also really relaxed at the same time. I just kind of go into a trance lol. My breathing normally speeds up, and mentally I just shift into this more sex-centered zone where I feel this need to be stimulated so very much, or if with a partner then things like kiss them and any other lustful acts. Edit 2, try to find the end. It's an insane challenge. It's kinda like, hey, I kinda wanna have sex. Then after a while it's like, yeah, a penis around here would be pretty great. Then a while later it's like, that dude probably fucks really good. I want to fuck him. Then finally, for the love of all that is holy, I want to fuck anyone. Super accurate. I don't really get any physical feeling of horniness though, unless I actually get in physical contact with someone. It's just a growing inability to think of anything other than cock. This regular day, that muscular guy with his top off by the beach is really hot. Slightly horny day, that slightly balding middle-aged dude sitting near him is actually kinda hot too. Horny day, I know this cashier ringing me up has a lazy eye and body odor, but it's kind of a turn on in a weird way. Ovulation day, that guy who's passed out in his own vomit on the sidewalk looks like Hugh Jackman in my eyes. And since he's unconscious, I think that counts as consent. Ovulation day means I can't leave the house. If we make ovulation day a specific day of the month, eventually all women's ovulation cycles will synchronize globally, and then all the men would know when to start asking random attractive strangers if they would like to have casual sex. You get banged, we know when to bang you. 2 birds, 1 stone. As an added bonus, we would also know when to expect the bears. Edit, holy shit guys. I can't believe I didn't see this sooner. You know what comes after ovulation day, right? Period week. And what's another name for period week? Blowjob week. We'll have to fight off the bears. But fuck if a bear is gonna interrupt my blowjob. For me, it starts out in a way that I imagine is similar to guys. I start getting distracted. In the car alone or when watching TV, I find myself subconsciously getting restless in my seat or touching my neck. I meet mediocre looking guys and immediately seek to confirm a vacant left ring finger, then start scrounging for their best attributes and justifying why I feel like I'm holding back to keep from pressing my body against them. It clouds everything. Then, once the engines are actually revved and you're getting down to business with someone who is halfway talented, the touches are amplified, everything gets warm and relaxed, yet intense. I, personally, have a tendency to get needy and rush things. My hips want to grind. Then comes the entrance. Everything is warm and swollen and wet and the feeling of, oh God. Yes, that's what I've been looking for. It's tingly and relaxing and satisfying. Guys, tip, don't rush that moment. Get in, all the way in, and press your whole body against body, chest to chest. Add a deep kiss, hold it for just another second and then go to town. Edit, after thinking about this more, I've decided it's like being hungry for something you've been looking forward to for days. You eat light for a couple days and fill up on veggies, masturbate. It ties you over but isn't really satisfying. Then comes your reservation. You've been thinking about the possibilities for dinner all day. You get to the restaurant and get eager waiting. You just want to order and eat, ASAP, but you have to wait. You're seated. Place your order. You're so hungry. They give you something to munch on but you want more. You tried to distract yourself but you're only thinking about your meal crossing your lips. Every time the waiter passes you think he's there with your stuff, but not quite. More eagerness bordering on impatience. Stomach rumbling. Mouth is watering. Just have to eat. Then it comes. The plate barely hits the table before the food is in my mouth and it's everything I've been waiting for. Closed eyes. Slump back in the booth. Delicious, warm, satisfying. Takes me to another place for a moment and I want it to last forever. Then I snap out of his and wolf the whole thing down, like that, except not my mouth and stomach, my vag.